Meghan Markle breaking up the royal family as brothers Prince Harry and Prince William become distant? Since Meghan Markle became a part of the royal family, she has never been far from controversy. From her protocol-breaking baby shower in New York to her family feuding across the media, the Duchess of Sussex, 37, has had more than her fair share of scandal. Ever since her wedding to Prince Harry, 34, in May last year, there have been rumblings of unrest from the palace. Not just because she brings a showbiz sensibility, a world away from the royals' usual restraint, but because both her and Harry's mission to modernize the firm is said to be causing tension. From Prince William all the way up to the Queen. The royal brothers' bond was once thought to be unbreakable, but Harry and William are now said to be barely on speaking terms. The siblings reportedly first fell out when William asked if Meghan was the right one for him, leaving Harry fuming. One courtier revealed that Harry is so defensive of Meghan because he feels he couldn't protect his mother, Diana, Princess of Wales. They said, he will brook absolutely no criticism of Meghan at all and is so sensitive he often sees criticism or some kind of negativity where there isn't any. Seemingly determined to break away from William, 36, and Kate, 37, Harry and Meghan vowed to quit their Kensington Palace apartments and are set to move to their home to Frogmore Cottage in the grounds of Windsor Castle. And palace expert Duncan Larcombe tells now that it's unlikely that Kate and Meghan will ever form a real friendship. There's only one person on the planet who can identify with what Meghan has had to go through, Kate, he explains. You would ordinarily expect them to become best buddies and for Kate to mentor her, but there just isn't that connection. However, the Queen was apparently forced to step in when Meghan and Harry demanded their own PR team and vetoed the move without discussion. The feeling is that it's good to have the Sussexes under the jurisdiction of Buckingham Palace, so they can't just do their own thing. While Kate has enjoyed a close relationship with the Queen, and was only seen laughing and joking with her grandmother-in-law last week, the head of the family has remained cool with Meghan. It will also put a strain on Harry's previously close relationship with his grandmother, as it looks like he will now do anything his wife wants, even if it means upsetting his family. Royal commentator Lady Colin Campbell thinks that, regarding Meghan, Harry will do whatever he's told. He's completely besotted with her and she's got a very strong personality, and one of the characteristics of that kind of person is that other people are inclined to be in their thrall, she said. Prince Charles, however, has welcomed his new daughter-in-law and her mother Doria Ragland, 62, into the family. Not only are Charles, 70, and Meghan thick as thieves, he's said to see the new baby as his chance to be the grandfather he craves to be. Royal sources say he complained he felt excluded from 5-year-old Prince George's life when he was born, saying he almost never got to see him as Kate's parents were always on hand. A friend of Harry explains, Charles will make sure he spends as much time as possible with the new baby. The path is clear for him and Doria to forge strong bonds as grandparents. If Charles shows favoritism towards his new grandchild, it's bound to cause tension with William. However, Kate has agreed to put on a united front with Meghan in public. Can a new baby bring the family together? Duncan thinks it will be the last chance for Kate and Meghan to bond. When Meghan's baby arrives, if they're ever going to click, it will be then. If not, it will never happen. Separate to Prince William and Kate Middleton's at Kensington Palace, William reportedly stepped in to help the Duke and Duchess of Sussex create the team they needed as they start this new chapter in their lives. Harry and Meghan's household will be set up this spring and will be based in Buckingham Palace, but until then, they are still supported by Kensington Palace. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle recently announced their plans to start their own royal household separate from that of Prince William and Kate Middleton at Kensington Palace. The drastic shift means the couple will have a separate staff with offices based at Buckingham Palace, which will be part of the Buckingham Palace communications team and report to the Queen's communications secretary. Although William will no longer be working with the same staff as his brother, He still advocated for Harry and Meghan to get set with a proper team as they set off to start their own household. Royal correspondents Emily Andrews and Omid Scobie discussed the split in the latest episode of their podcast, On Air. A lot of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's, team will be shared amongst the Duke of York, and Prince Edward, and Princess Anne, Scobie says in the episode. The same communications staff that are working across this sort of general office there, at Buckingham Palace, will also be at their disposal, too. They won't be having their own kind of exclusive team just for themselves. From what I understand, their budget for the team wasn't particularly big, and it was actually Prince William who had to step in and fight to get Harry a little bit more money to spend on building a team because he understands what this means to Harry and how much he wants to achieve and also how important Harry and Meghan are for the image, the brand and the future of the royal family. Andrews pointed out earlier in the episode that the office at Buckingham Palace will be funded in 3 parts. It's being funded privately by the Prince of Wales from the Duchy of Cornwall and the Queen from the Duchy of Lancaster, their private incomes, and then their communications team will be paid for by the sovereign grant, which is the taxpayer money that's given to the Queen to pay for members of the royal family. She also said, "We understand Charles and the Queen did not want the Sussexes to have their own independent household, and indeed, how could they have their own independent household, because the money has to come from the somewhere." Scobie pointed out that it was made clear to him and other royal correspondents that Prince Harry is not a direct heir to the throne, and only a direct heir to the throne can have their own household. Harry is 6th in line for the throne after all, and will continue to get pushed behind Prince William's children and future grandchildren in the line of succession. Meghan and Harry's household won't be officially set up until sometime this spring, and Kensington Palace will continue to support them in the meantime. However, they have already announced Sarah Latham, a former senior advisor on Hillary Clinton's 2016 presidential campaign, as their head of communications. Meanwhile, Jason Knopf, who's been a communications secretary to William, Kate, Harry, and Meghan for a few years, has been appointed as senior advisor to the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. Christian Jones, known as the Deputy Communications Secretary to the Cambridges and Sussexes, will be Communications Secretary to William and Kate.